has the grace for you, but you have to have grace for yourself to know that it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to, maybe, circle back on something you might have felt you overcame, or, an anxiety, a fear, self-doubt, or a limitation that might arise mentally. These are all emotions that are completely normal. And, we shouldn't feel less of ourselves, or disappointed in ourselves for feeling human, normal emotions, It's like I feel like nowadays, everybody's talking about, self-growth, self-awareness, self-love, and there's all these terms and phrases that are being pushed, and I feel like it can be taken as pressure, on people that might not be ready to walk on that journey, or might be in the midst of their journey, or might be figuring out what their journey even looks like. So it's like, again, with this channel and with this brand, we want to just create a community of people that feel safe and comfortable for where they are in their life, you know, not feeling as though they have to play catch up or they're falling behind, to really feel comfortable and, fulfilled and mindful where they are in their life. And if they aren't, happy or pleased with where they are in their life, they're able to feel safe enough and inspired enough to make the correct actions and changes to carry out, those actions and necessary characteristics that are going to be needed to, ultimately create the best selves for them. Because again, our best self is within us. It's always been within us since we were born. Just through society and our lives, there have been conditionings and traumas and things that came up, externally, internally, our fault. Others, it's whatever you want to call it to be. It's not here to play blame or play victim on certain things. It's more so just a realization to know that, it's okay. It's okay to, come to the realization of, being sick and tired of being sick and tired. Because for me, that's where I kind of came in my life. It was kind of like, ultimately came to a point where, I was like, man, I gotta do things differently. I can't continue to tell myself I want this and, my actions are not in alignment with that, and expect change. They say insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different outcome. So for me, again, looking in the mirror, seeing myself, it's like, okay, are you really doing everything you can to, create the future that you say you want? And really holding myself accountable for those things, each day, day in out. So, like I said, this journey is not easy. This self-growth, self-love, self-awareness growth is not easy, but it's doable. It's available for all of us. And, through the grace of God, He will make it a lot more easier for you if you lean on Him and not try to take it all on yourself. Because again, there was a time for myself, speaking from experiences, where I tried to figure out and try to think I could do it all myself. And, like I didn't need to lean on certain things, or I tried to take on weights that were not of me to carry. And I had to realize that, God is there, and that's why He is God. For us to lean on Him and depend on Him and know that through Him, He will lessen the weight. He won't make the road not difficult, and He won't test you, but He will make it less, less of a burden, and a less of a, sort of a, you'll find yourself less in those moments where you want to give up if you lean on God. Because in those moments when you want to give up, you'll keep going, because you have the faith to know that ultimately He's going to bring that to pass if you continue to stay on the path you're going on right now. So again, just like I said, you're not comparing yourself to other people in their journey and their growth, and to not feel less of yourself, regardless of what other people might have going on right in their life or wrong in their life. It's not about comparison. They say comparison is a thief of joy. And with that being said, it's like, to really be present, to be happy and embrace where you are in your life, and to know that where you are right now in this moment is ultimately somewhere and for a reason to get you somewhere. And to, again, progression over perfection. Striving each day, walking into each day with the intent to do better than yesterday. Taking it day by day. Not feeling as though you have to have it all figured out, or you have to, like I said, play catch up or feel like you're falling behind. you know. Again, I just want to continue to reiterate and emphasize the importance of, you know, this journey, and to, you know, really find your own pace, really find your own rhythm, really find your own vibration that works for you and makes you feel comfortable in your walk and in your journey, and to allow yourself to have the grace and the forgiveness. You know, sometimes we have to forgive ourselves. You know, a lot of times, for me personally, I had to forgive myself for a lot of things, you know, as well as forgiving others. But, you know, first forgiving myself, because that opens up your heart. Because I always felt myself, again, being my own biggest critic, you know, holding myself, you know, to these certain expectations that, you know, if I'm gonna be realistic, we're just unreachable. And we're unreachable based off where I was emotionally. But with doing the work emotionally, mentally, physically, and spiritually, those goals become much more attainable, because you're now in the mindset and the alignment to make those goals come into fruition. So again, with that, it's just, like I said, you know, embracing your walk, embracing your journey, knowing that your destiny is your destiny, knowing that you are ultimately enough. You know, you're great, you know, you're purposeful. You know, where you are right now is completely fine. You know, don't feel less than, or, like I said, falling behind, you know, wherever you are right now in this moment when you watch this video. Know that you are here right now for a reason. This is an opportunity, like, again, to move forward, to evaluate, to maybe pivot, to maybe recenter yourself, to maybe realign yourself, or find yourself. Because again, like, you watched my first video that I released, you know, I had to take some time in my life to just find myself, figure out who I am, you know, who do I want to be, and to, you know, just be real with myself and hold myself accountable to those things that I said.